Welcome back to Cards and Comics. I have another box, 1995 Select. Now, I have opened one box before, but I got this in two boxes at the same time, same dealer. And I thought about holding on to one, but this product is one of those, people really like the product, but it's just not that expensive. I think, it's never got like the 96 or 97 sets. In terms of popularity or cost, it's a cool product though. It's probably one of the best early ultra premium products that existed, because this is 95. You got to remember, like, at the same time you had like 95 Finest, and compared to 95 Finest, even though I like this set, this kills that product from a premium and a design perspective. This is a much more premium looking product. Let's look at what we're chasing right here. So, Mirror Gold, 1 in 5 packs. Future cards, 1 in 19. Potential Unlimited, 1 in 32. Micro X version of Potential Unlimited cards. Yeah, a couple of those. And Gold Team cards are 1 in 41. So really, the Mirror Golds, which you get a few of those, and the Gold Team are really the cool inserts that people like in this product. Again, it's a lot of packaging, so we'll go through it and we'll show you what it looks like. You open it, you get this big white insert, and then you get the individual packs, all in these little individuals. And you can see there's actually dust on the inside of this. This has been in a warehouse for a little bit, so open these things up, take a little bit of time. So in that little bit of meantime, I'll either fast forward it or we'll talk about just random stuff in the hobby. So I just saw a box of 98 Skybox Metal sell for, and it sold for cheaper than a box of the recent Marvel Masterpieces that just sold. Or if you think about it, you could buy basically 2 to 3 boxes, probably 2 right now, of current Topps Chrome. There's a Mike Piazza. Topps Chrome. So I just look at it like, it's gotten so crazy, that you could buy a box of 98 Metal Universe, possibly pull cards that are worth $10,000 to $20,000, and you get, I think, one a box of those PMGs. I'm talking about PMGs. Or you could open a box of Topps Chrome, maybe get a couple cards worth $100, and still it's the same price. I think we've gotten to the point where 90s box breaks are, I think, cheap, and I think we're going to see a switch. You're going to see people opening them up more 90s product, I think. Just my opinion. Because how hard 90s cards were to find at the National, that you can buy a box of 98 Finest, 99 Topps Chrome, looking for the Man Refractors, Fortune 15, all these really cool refractor inserts, and for $150, $200 a pack or a box, or you can spend 4 times that on a box of current product and get, hits. Again, these cards are beautiful. They got etching on them. You can see that Ozzie Smith really looks nice. And I think that's what we're seeing, is people are just really starting to really understand that some products from the 90s are just really underpriced, because, and I'm really only talking about baseball, right? I think basketball is mature as a market. You're not going to get cheap boxes of 90s basketball very easily, especially if there's any sort of nice Jordan card. That's kind of that ship's kind of sailed. Even like hoops products that have nice inserts, are very expensive. So, but baseball hasn't really caught up that way. You know, you can, again, open a box of Bowman's Best. You can open up a box of, again, Finest Chrome. Even, 97 Finest, which has gold embossed refractors and, and not spend a whole bunch of money. Here's Cal Ripken. It's just, I think, one of those things that's eventually going to correct. Okay, I think we got our first maybe hit. Yep. So first mirror gold is Wally Joyner. These cards are very condition sensitive. You can see the line right there on that card. So that's our first hit. So Wally Joyner. All right. So yeah, and I think, and again, I know I have a bias, so I'll admit to that I think 90s products are really, really cool. But I just feel like we're in the era where people are going to look for value again, and it's going to drive up the price of some of these products. Now, I say baseball is very immature. Football from the same time period is highly immature. Like, if you think baseball is a market that's going to go up quite a bit due to, the scarcity and the popularity of the cards, football has a ton of room to grow. You've got a lot of really rare cards of like Brady, Favre, Marino, Sanders that sell for peanuts compared to Griffey and Jordan. And I think that's going to change in the future. And then those boxes that they come from will eventually go up too. So it's all going to eventually, I think, come to a sharp turn in market value. Reggie Sanders. And to some extent, Griffey checklist. To some extent, I think that's good. It just shows that the market is maturing, getting smarter on what's valuable and what's not. It's also kind of sad because certain products that have really high-end hits that are really tough. I just opened Top Stars, right? Top Stars, 98 Top Stars has got some really nice low-numbered inserts, but they're incredibly hard to pull. And just like Fleur Brilliance and Mystique, those boxes are already pretty expensive. And trying to hit the golds out of Brilliance, the 24 carats, is tough. I've opened some product. You have to open up quite a few boxes to get those kind of cards. They're not in every box. Like refractors, are in every box. That's why, I really like opening Bowman's Best and Finest and Chrome, because you get a few shots in every box. Just like here, I'm getting mirror golds in every box. So I got a chance. You open a box of Fleur Brilliance, Mystique, you're not going to pull an Established. You're not going to pull, the golds or the 24 carats in every box. You're just not. And those products are just harder to get. You open a box tonight of Metal Universe, I think you get one PMG a box. So you have one shot, to get what you're looking for, which is cool. That's why those products should be worth more, because those hits are worth a lot. Even common cards now are becoming quite scarce. Fleur EX has gone up just crazy amount due to this credentials. Chipper Jones, his cards have taken off a little bit too. There's a lot of people putting high-end runs of Chipper away. I just picked up a really cool atomic refractor of Ivan Rodriguez. So yeah, I started to branch out a little bit more in the 90s than just Griffey and Thomas and Jeter. But yeah, even Hall of Famer cards, Craig Biggio, Jeff Bagwell, people will pay good money for those cards. Vlad Guerrero, because now we've got set builders. We got people like the guy who built the 97 basketball PMG set, Nas, I think is his name. I know he's putting together the baseball set. You know, the 98, the 98 set for sure. PMGs. So if you've got a few of the really, of the commons that are, maybe not come up for sale very often, you can maybe make some good money. And so a box, even if you hit a common PMG, you can still get some good money for that card. All right, it's a cool Hideo Nomo. I always like hitting Hideo Nomo. That's a cool 3,000th hit, Eddie Murray. Just a base card, but I always like it when they do these kind of like tribute cards. Dennis Martinez. So yeah, I feel like, football and baseball have always been underappreciated from the 90s. The idea of junk wax, I think, for some reason, it gets, people act like the 90s products were all junk wax products. And in reality, you go through the years, and I'm building out my checklist of all the products that, I'm going to be opening from the 90s. And when I go through them and I look at price points, I look at, what the hits were in the product and all that. Yeah, you had base products, things like that, were pretty sparse in their ability to deliver good hits. Printed pretty heavily in the 90s, but there were so many products. I mean, Select is a good example of it. And I think we got a gold team, guys, coming up. Here we go. Who we get? Cal Ripken Jr. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. Checklist behind it. Really cool. That is cool, guys. I'm really excited. I think Ripken was such an icon, and that is what makes these cards look so cool. That Dufek's back. These cards look so cool, and they're getting their due. People are really, I saw some of these cards at the National, and people were very excited about them, looking for them, and they look great front and back. They are tremendous cards. Again, think about high-end products at this time period, like 95 Finest. This card blows away anything in that 95 Finest set, even the refractors. Just a beautiful card, a well-designed card. Again, this set really upped the ante, and obviously in 96, with the mirror cards, they really just took it off. And, the 96 set is legendary now, one of the most expensive sets ever produced in terms of inserts or parallels. Other than like 97 Finest. But yeah, I think you've got products made during this time period weren't also very cheap. I look at some of the price points, and there was products that were $6 a pack, $19.99 a pack for things like the SP Signature. But a $5 a pack product with 24 packs, you were talking like $120, sometimes $140 for some boxes back in the day. Think about the price back, 1998 versus now. I mean, those were fairly expensive boxes. Even back then, it wasn't like everything was just super duper cheap. I think we all had this thought that back in those days, everything was, mirror gold, Vaughn. So these don't look quite as mirrory, but still mirror gold. Von Eshelman. Thought it was. I like the fact that it does have it on the back. That everything was super cheap. The one, but I do like going back and seeing some of those really cool sets like Skybox Thunder, which you get the Circa Raves, or the Raves and Super Raves. That was $1.49 a box, $1.49 a pack. So think about that. That was designed to be a low end product even back then. $1.49. Most products were hitting that $2.99, $4.99 price points quite often. That was $1.49. And you got some of the best looking and coolest hits in that product. And so that's sort of what I feel like is missing in today's products, is that, you know, you can make a product at $1.49, you know, back then, which let's say is a $3, you know, $3 today, you know, $2.99 a pack product today. And have hits in it that people want to collect. The hidden gem cards from this year's Topps, you know, set is a good example. Like, you know, you can put those kind of hits across multiple products. We got another mirror card, guys. Wish it was Tony Gwynn. That would have been cool. But you could put those hidden gem cards and other really cool inserts and parallels in those cheaper products, drive value, and it doesn't cost a whole lot. Here we go. Cardo Alfonso. Man, it's been a tough mirror gold box, honestly. So, you know, yeah, if you look at it, yeah, it's been excuse me, it's been tough. But that's what happens. I mean, you get your shots. And that's why I like products like this. You get your chances. You're swinging for the fences. You're trying to get that awesome hit, and you know, sometimes you're gonna hit something, like when I hit that 97 Bowman's Best Griffey refractor, and sometimes you're gonna get Edgar Alfonso and Von Eshelman and the guys I'm pulling right now. I mean, that's just how it goes. But you know, makes all the hits that you get that are awesome that much more cool when you do. And there's a Maddox, so pretty good pack. Again, I think the Wally Joyner was my first mirror I hit in the product today. The 98, you know, I talked about 98's top stars. You know, I did hit the Carl Yastrzemski auto out of that last box I just opened. So even though I complained about how tough the hits are, I finally did pull an auto, and then I pulled probably the best one of the product. So, you know, or one of the best ones for sure. I think Sam Usual's in there too. So, I mean, you know, I think him or Yastrzemski is definitely the best autos in that product. And that's why, you know, it's fun to open. Because, you know, in a lot of cases, you do hit something. It's going to be something fun and good. The football product has Walter Payton autos in it. So it's like, you know, yeah, you hit it, and it's like, that's an amazing hit. It's very, you know, think about how many few products you can open for $150, $200 a box, and get an on-card Payton, you know, Walter Payton auto. 2 Sean Greens back-to-back, and another Ray Langford. So, a lot of doubles so far. And that's why I say is like, you know, even, you know, crap products back in the day, like I mentioned that Skybox Thunder, you know, which, again, was not considered to be high-end at all, still delivered amazing hits today. And so going back and opening a box of that is a lot of fun. And that's another piece of the puzzle, is that for the most part, opening 90s products is more fun than opening modern products a lot of times. I opened up some Bowman this year, and it wasn't very fun. I just didn't enjoy the design of the cards and the inserts. I just felt like it just didn't look, you know, outside of the autographs, and it just didn't look premium. It just didn't feel special for the price point. Now, my favorite new product by far has been Cosmic Chrome. Like, I loved that product last year. It looked amazing. And the new set, they're going to do an actual follow-up to the set. So I thought maybe it was a one and done, but they're doing another version of it, and it looks even better. So to me, that's a fun product. It looks unique. It has some cool design. So I'm excited about Cosmic Chrome. Last year, it sold out super duper quick. And getting a box or two was tough. I got one at a show, then I got one, online, and I actually got 2 online and 1 at a show. And yeah, so it was, I ended up opening, I think, 3 boxes in total. But I did pull in my last box a Julio Rodriguez rookie blue, numbered to, I think, 99, the Blue Moons. And that card is amazing. It's at PSA right now. And I know Julio's had a little bit of a rough second season, but I think the guy's going to be fine. It's, sophomore slump, they always talk about it, but I think the guy's going to be fine. I've seen him swing and how he plays. I think, just like Wander Franco, these guys come up with all this hype. They're still having to hit major league pitching. They still have to adjust. So, but yeah, like, that was cool to hit that card. Like I said, I opened up at least 3 boxes, and I never hit a single auto. I hit a red. I think another gold. Hit a red, which is numbered 5, but I never hit an auto, and I still had a lot of fun opening it. And that's, to me, a litmus test for today's products. Whereas Bowman, outside the autos, I felt the product failed. Cosmic Chrome, I had a lot of fun without even hitting an auto. I love just the design of the cards and the look. Here we go. Craig Maddox. There we go. Mirror Gold Maddox. That looks really nice. I do not see a print line or a lot of scratches. So that card, I'm going to lay down. I'm going to pin it into a sleeve right now so I don't scratch it. Yeah. Get fingerprint. These cards are easy to get fingerprints on. It's just, these are very condition sensitive cards. There we go. All right. That is awesome. Mirror Gold. Greg Maddox. Again, these are 1 and so you're going to get, 4 or 5 of these in a box. So they're not like, even like refractors, which you get maybe 2 a box. Which is, hurts the value in 95. But in later years, obviously, the Mirror Golds become, massive, huge hits. So this is kind of nice to be able to hit a few in a box. They're becoming, again, I've seen the prices on these go up because people love the design of them still. And, they are kind of the OG. This is where it started. So even though they're not as rare as later years, this is still where you get your first Mirror Gold for any player on your want list. Is, hey, I want the first Mirror Gold of Ken Griffey Jr. Well, it's going to be this card right here. This 95 set. So, all right, down to the last 5 packs. So maybe I'll hit another one or another insert. We'll see. A-Rod. This card would have been very cool back in 95. There's the Griffey. So now we've hit the Griffey base, which is always fun to hit. I'm going to throw him in a sleeve as well. Just because I like to have my, Griffey cards available maybe to get graded at some point. That was cool to hit the Griffey. Again, that's always a goal, is hit a Griffey and a Thomas base in every box I open. Now, I always complain about Topps because Topps will, in a lot of years, separate Griffey and Thomas in different series, like in Chrome and Finest. So you can't open one box and get, both Griffey and Thomas in one box. You can only get one of the two. And, they did that on purpose. I mean, they obviously wanted you to have to open up both series to get, the 2 hottest players in the game at the time. So, not my favorite strategy, but, I understand it. Ooh, Gonzalez and something here. I think this is one of the rookie cards. Yep, Charles Johnson. And this guy was a stud, really good player. And he definitely exudes the hall of good. He was a catcher, and catchers have different, criteria for what's good versus other position players. And I think Charles Johnson had a great career. Played for a lot of teams, but, was a good hitting, good defensive catcher for a lot of years. Won a couple of World Series, maybe at least one. Again, this was one of 1,975 sets produced. So this was kind of like one of their big hits. Just like the Cal Ripken Team Gold, which I'm going to go ahead and sleeve it up because I'm a big fan of this card. So I'm just going to go ahead and sleeve it up because I don't want it to get damaged while I'm down here shuffling cards. Just like I did. Oh, I just dropped it. Oh, it's a shame. Didn't really hurt it. I mean, it was like a 1-inch drop, but still, that's why you need to sleeve up your cards as soon as you pull them. I know I don't do that all the time. I'm a lazy pack ripper. I just kind of lay them down, but there you go. Nothing really happened to the card. This still looks pretty minty. The good thing about this card too, they do come out of the pack pretty nice. You have to worry about the back because the back is condition sensitive. So yeah, I think that is where you're going to have the most issue with this product. Yep. And I got a little, yep. I don't know if that's in the card or it's not from dropping it for sure. No. But yeah, this has definitely got a little ding on it right there. That's not, again, for dropping. That was probably how it came out of the pack. And that's just what happens to these cards. These cards are pretty sensitive. Front looks great. Got a little thing on the back. Yep. I gotta look though. I mean, again, that might be something that can be just buffed out. Because of how they did the hat and everything else, it's like, it's almost etched. So, there you go. That's what I get for not doing it all at the same time. All right. Last two packs here. For 3. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing about these products too is, coming out of packs, you're still not, people want to complain about quality control in today's age. It was terrible back in the 90s too. Like, I don't know a time period where quality control wasn't an issue for the manufacturers. That, products came out of these packs with, creases, refractor lines, just all kinds of problems. So even coming out of these packs and grading them, the chances of getting, 10s is still low. I mean, there's scratches, there's all kinds of problems. So I think that is why even base cards from the set are tough to grade. And I think that's why you see like PSA 10s of, like Griffey, just the base card does pretty good. That's why I sleeved that one up. Because, if it can grade, it's getting base cards like this graded it is kind of for certain players, they have low pops. The only thing I don't like about this product, really, is in just how the packaging just, evolved, where it became more and more packaging. And I'm just not a big fan of opening 5, wrappers to get to a product, All right, Von Eshelman again. Tim Salmon. Oh, there's Frank Thomas. All right. So we've hit the Frank and the Griffey base cards. All right. There it is, Frank Thomas. We'll go through all the cool cards we hit. At the end, we're on the last pack. It's been a lot of fun. Again, this is a product that is actually pretty tough to find nowadays, honestly. I lucked out and a dealer had a couple of these boxes left over from an old purchase. Like, I'm talking like 10 plus years ago. So he'd already made his money on the deal. So like selling these to me were like, just him, getting rid of the last couple of investments or boxes of a product that he had already, sold many years ago. So this is one of those products, again, that doesn't have, again, that huge hit that everyone's chasing. So I can see why it would sit on a shelf for a long time. And for me, just the opening products like this is so much fun. Pocket, and there's something right here. Nope, just a Charles Johnson card. Craig Beecham. Nope, no more hits. So we'll go through and see what we got. A lot of cool cards. So on the base cards, we got the Griffey and the Thomas. So there's Frank Thomas. Get the box out of the way now. So got the Frank Thomas, and there's the Griffey. So that's our two chase guys. Now, mirrors. Got Edgardo Alfonso, Vaughn Eshelman. These are the commons, and then Wally Joyner. And the best one, so I got, was Greg Maddux. So that was the best mirror gold. Then we had the Charles Johnson Potential Unlimited rookie. And then we had the gold team Cal Ripken, which is, again, a beautiful card. And it has a little thing here, which I'm going to look and see what that is. So that's part of the picture, or if that's just, damage to the card. I don't know. But either way, it's still a really cool card. I don't have cards like this. So, and, I would encourage anyone, if you're looking for these cards, if you really want a card that looks just amazing, this set right here is just one of the better looking sets for the 90s. And they're still pretty cheap. So there it is, guys. That's my one box I just opened of 95 Select. And I had a lot of fun, and I feel like I did pretty good. I mean, I hit a Maddux Mirror Gold, a Ripken Team Gold, so that's about as good as you're going to do. That's a really good box. It's above average. So there it is, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you next time on Cards and Comics. Bye.